the fairly very nearly fairly current show.
PopTeeVee.
This is the fairly, the very nearly fairly current show. Hi Chitu, welcome to the Fairly Current Show.
Hi Fahmi, thanks for getting me here.
Yeah, no worries. Over the last couple of months, in fact into late last year, you have been doing a lot of these public projects, inviting people, friends, non-friends, new friends, soon-to-be friends, to come to these public spaces and participate in a lot of games, sometimes sitting around, sometimes relaxing things. Why do you initiate these kind of projects?
I think it all started when we had when I organised this kite flying event last Merdeka, and it wasn't really an issue of public space actually by that time, and it was really just a matter of let's do something in Dataran Merdeka because nothing happened here, and I got a couple of friends to have a picnic here and fly some kites. There was really no real reason for doing it actually, but it was from then I realised that hey, this is actually quite nice lah. I mean, like this whole sit around in Dataran Merdeka, sitting around in public spaces and all, and just doing nothing. It's actually pretty nice, and it made me ask myself like, why don't we do more of this? Because my observation that day was also that Dataran Merdeka was just filled with foreigners and tourists at that time, and I was like, where are the Malaysians?
Yeah, where are all the Malaysians?
Yeah. So
and then it all seems kind of just chilling out with friends. But you also helped initiate this event. Everything's going to be all right. Yeah, which happened after the church bombings earlier part of 2010.
Yep.
How is that different from, or is that the same kind of spirit?
I think that was pretty much using whatever that I've done with Main Dengan Rakyat prior to that, to respond to what I felt was a critical event at the time, because we had Main Dengan Rakyat prior to that, and we've got quite a lot of people who came to Main Dengan Rakyat, and I think I've built this pool of people who's just kind of got the hang of this idea of coming together in a public space to do something. And when the bombings happened in January this year, I felt there was an urgent need to respond to it and amazingly thought of something up and call up the same people and use the same facility that I have, which is Facebook and Twitter, and to just like blast this whole thing out and manage to get a whole bunch of people to come together to respond to the event. Yeah.
And how has the response been? I mean, I understand that it's not like 20,000 people.
Yeah, it's not huge. Yeah, it's not huge. I mean, I think it's a long process lah. I mean, I really don't think it's like an overnight or 1 year thing where where we can start getting huge amounts of people to come to respond to something or to claim something. Unless if let's say there's something in it for you lah. Like if there's free food or whatever, like there's no free food. So.
Do you think that Malaysians find it a bit odd that suddenly there are these people who are out playing sitting around in the middle of Dataran Merdeka like we have right now, or coming to Dataran Merdeka to fly a kite or something like that? Do you think that's a weird how are other people responding to this?
A lot of people asking why are you doing this lah. I think that it's quite, I think sometimes people think it's pointless, but generally people come for these events.
I'd be proud to fight beside you anytime, anywhere.
Generally people come for these events quite enjoy what they're doing, so I don't see if there's a problem to it. I mean, for a lot of people it's strange lah, but for the people who are here for the events, they really enjoy themselves.
Do people come and ask you why? Why? Actually, I want to ask you why do you pursue this?
Because I'm an attention whore and I can't find a girlfriend, so I thought I'd do this. But no.
Okay, but really, why do you do this?
Why? Because I seriously feel that there's a need to reclaim public spaces in KL. Because one problem in Malaysia, it's not a Malaysia problem actually. I think it's a very exclusively KL problem. Is that there's a serious lack of public spaces in KL. You know, we have plenty of shopping malls. You know, we have plenty of shopping malls, and that's somehow become our idea of what a public space is. I'm not saying there are no parks and no public spaces. There are a lot of parks and all in KL, you know, but they're all very destination places. You know, they're all like in the suburbs. You know, they're all the way, and it's not the kind of place that you just like walk into and somehow use. You have to make a point to go to these parks.
What's your favorite
public spaces here?
Yeah, what's your favorite public space in Kuala Lumpur?
Currently, Dataran.
Why?
Location is great. It's in the middle of everything. In that sense, but the problem is that people don't really come to Dataran anymore nowadays. And I think it has it's historically significant, lah. And for me, Dataran is tragic in that sense because all this while Dataran has been a bastion of two things. I've always felt, you know, you do two things at Dataran Merdeka: nationally sanctioned events and opposition protests. And so, you know, it's like, you know, it's like as if like to be in Dataran you need to have like two reasons. Either, you know, you're here to support the government or you're here like to protest the government. And I think in that sense we need to reclaim the space for the rakyat itself again. Yeah, because I mean the third kind of people that here are usually tourists also lah. But you know, let's start taking it back for Malaysians in that sense. Because as a national square, I mean if you look around, it's quite empty for national square lah. Because usually national squares, if you go to most countries, national squares are usually hives of activity for not just tourists but local people. But I guess that's the KL problem lah, where people just complain that, hey, where's the aircon? So yeah.
And do you think that this is something you will continue doing irrespective of support or non-support, or, you know, strange looks from people?
Do you copy? This is Skywalker, over.
I suppose I would just keep doing this until I get bored or tired or see no point in it. But now, at this point, I think, yeah, there's still quite a lot to do lah, and there's hope in that sense lah.
Okay,
yeah.
Well, thank you so much for coming on the show, and all the best.
Terima kasih. Salam satu Malaysia.
Salam.
Today we fight all our brothers back home.
Betul.